Welcome to Anchor Workout Release number 6. Before we begin, set your anchor to waist height with medium resistance. There'll be 5 movements in part A. We'll repeat on the opposite side, and then we'll take on part B. Part B will also have 5 movements, all to be done on one side, and then switching to the other side. Each movement will be 1 minute of work with 10 seconds of rest, and we'll go through each twice so we can hit each side. Get ready for round 1, part A. The first movement, you'll have 2 hands on your handle, and you'll be facing the base. We're going to do a kettlebell swing simulation. Your heels will be rooted, and you'll hinge from the hips, sending the handle behind you, and then allowing the resistance to pull and drive the hips forward. Long spine. Keep your head above your heart. Soft bend to the knees. Arms are straight. And truly just simulating what it is like to work with a kettlebell. So if you're training for kettlebell movement or looking to increase the weight that you're using to swing a kettlebell, this is a great exercise. You could also do this movement facing away from the base. You'd simply want to move the base to a lower anchoring point. Great opportunity to increase the weight to something heavy, again, if you're looking to increase your strength, or something light if you're just looking to perfect form and function. Nice job. Little rest here. And then we're going to turn away from the base. Handle will be again in both hands. And we'll do an overhead tricep extension. Heels are rooted, knees are soft. Belly is pulled towards the spine. See if you can relax the shoulders. Keep the gaze straight ahead, just bending and extending from the elbows. Feel free to start with low resistance on the first round, and then the second round you could increase resistance, or each time you come back to this workout, increase the resistance. Stay strong in the legs. Keep the core stable. And keep the breath moving. Almost done. Great job. Quick rest, and then we're going to take the handle in our right hand and take a lateral squat to the right with a row. So stepping to the right into a squat, and then as you drive that knee up to the inside of the opposite shin, nice strong row, pulling the forearm close to your side, pulling the upper arm close to your side. Holding for a second at the top. You can go as fast or as slow as you wish here. And once again, over time, increasing the resistance for strength. Next spell, you're going to have a rest, but if you prefer to not take the rest, you can hold that knee when you hear your bell. So holding on to that knee lift with that row for the 10-second rest, or taking the true rest, your choice. And next we're going to go from that position into a leg extension, so pushing away with the heel, working the quadricep, working balance. You're holding that row. So some great isometric work in the upper body, as well as that left leg. Awesome job. Stay strong here. The next time you hear your bell for rest, once again, you can take the rest, or if you wish, you can hold it with that knee lift and row once again. Your choice. Definitely a challenge, so take the rest if you need it. And from here, if you're not resting, you're still holding. The next movement, we're going to go into a rear leg extension hold. So you're just going to send that right leg behind you. Your arm can now somewhat relax. It's still holding the tension on the cable. But you have a bit of a rest from the row, and driving that right heel behind you, seeing if you can maybe point the toes down so the hips are square. Left knee is soft, belly pulled towards the spine. Use that core strength to stabilize you. Keep the breath moving. You're doing awesome. These 3 moves together are really potent, so if you need more rest than we're giving, please feel free to do that. You can always press pause and jump back in when you feel ready. You're almost there, and then we'll be beginning part A, those 5 movements one more time, but on the left side. Awesome job. So strong. Way to go. And we're going to move on to part B, or round 2, of part A. So we're taking that kettlebell swing simulation again, driving back through those hips, knees are soft. Nice deep hip hinge, hip drive, allowing the resistance to drive those hips forward. Squeezing everything tight at the top. Keeping a nice flat back. Almost done here. And this move will not repeat again unless you wish to do it through another time. So end strong here. Keep that form. Great work. Okay, we are on to the overhead tricep extension again. Maybe you're going to increase your weight. Feel free to press pause if you need to do that. Staying nice and strong through your core. Maybe you've lightened up the weight for this second round of part A. Soften the knees, pull the belly toward the spine. You're doing great, almost at a rest. And then we'll go back to the lateral squat with the row, but this time the handle will be in the left hand and you'll be stepping left. Hang in there. Last time for this move. Awesome work. Okay, so handle in the left hand, stepping to the left for a squat, and then driving that left knee up to the inside of the right shin as you row. Real strong row here. Quick split-second pause at the top. Awesome job. Make a note of the resistance you're using through the workout, and maybe next time you come through, increase. And each time you do it, maybe increase a little bit more, just so you have a measure of success for the strength you're gaining over time utilizing the workouts. Next bell you hear is going to be rest. If you wish to hold that left knee up and hold that row, you may, instead of taking the rest. But if you need that rest, go for it. Otherwise, holding where you're at. Once that timer comes back on, we will take a leg extension with the left leg. Driving that heel away. Squeeze that belly tight. Nice strong row hold. Right leg is going to build a lot of heat. And will the left, but both together, getting a lot of heat, but increasing strength and stability. Hang in there, you've got this. When that next rest comes up, you have one more opportunity for a hold if you want the challenge. If not, feel free to take the rest. When you hear that bell, you can keep that leg in, keep that row where it is. So close. Stay strong. All right, holding that knee in that row or resting. And then we'll go into that leg extension hold. So if you're in that knee lift hold, you can send that left leg back. That left arm moves down, but you still have the resistance on the cable. Solid through that right leg, soft bend in the knee. Try to push back through that left heel, pointing the toes down to keep your hips flat. Keep your breath moving. You're doing awesome. After this, we take a rest and we'll move on to part B, another set of 5 movements. You're doing great. Don't give up. This is the last part of part A. Nice work. Okay, a rest. And part B begins. First move is a rotate to a press. So you're going to have the handle in your right hand and you're facing the left side. You're going to rotate away from the base and then press overhead. So again, handle right hand, you are facing the left, your left, rotating and then pressing. So just think about that base being on your right side. As you rotate away, you're swiveling on the ball of your right foot, squeezing your abs nice and tight, getting some good rotational power and strength, and then a straight up overhead press. This one I'd suggest going light on your weight and then over time increasing. Nice work. Okay, next one is external rotation with abduction. So you're going to take the handle into your left hand and your right leg, so you're still facing your left side, your right leg is going to lift as you move the left arm away. So left upper arm is attached to your side, light or no weight on this, because remember the base is 5 pounds. And that right leg is moving just about 45 degrees, keeping toes, knees, hips facing in front of you to hit the outer thigh, outer part of your hip. Almost done. And then we're going to face the base and 2 hands will be on our handle. Nice work. Okay, facing the base, 2 hands on the handle, rooted through the heels. We're going to do a face pull, 2-hand face pull. So literally just pulling the handle right to your face. Relax the shoulders as you pull. Soften the knees. Pull the abs tight toward the spine. Oftentimes when you lift, you'll tend to lift your shoulders towards your ears. So be mindful of that as you're lifting. Think about pressing the shoulders down. Nice work. Almost done with this one. And then you're going to face your left side again so that the handle is in your right hand and your right hip is facing the base. So you're in a side-facing position, handle in your right hand, coming up. So handle right hand will take a lateral lunge with a lateral lift. So stepping out to the left and then allowing that resistance to give us a lateral raise with the right arm. As you step out to the left, that knee bends, you're hinging at the hips. Nice flat back. You want to make sure you have enough distance away from the base so that you have that space to lift into the lateral raise while allowing the anchor to do the work for you, essentially. You're stabilizing. Almost done. And then we have one more move for part B, round 1, and it's going to be a skater's. So you'll stay facing exactly where you're at. You'll keep that handle in your right hand, cover it with your left hand, and you'll hold it in front of your chest. So keeping that as a stable point. Just going to move like a skater, so side to side. You can make this small, you can make it big, wide, power, speed. I'm staying at a moderate pace. It is a minute. So feel free to do what you'd like within that minute. Maybe 10 seconds of speed, 10 seconds of power. Completely up to you, depending on what your goal is or how hard you want to work for this session. Nice work. Finish it strong here. Whatever you choose, speed, power, stable pace, keep it strong. Almost done. And then we're going to take the cable or the handle, into our left hand, and you're going to face your right side. So you want to flip to the other side. Handle is in your left hand. And you're going to rotate away from the base and then press overhead. Swiveling on the ball of that left foot. Again, squeezing the abs tight, so some good rotational power through that core. Great exercise for any rotational sport. Tennis, golf, pickleball, hockey. Nice work. Really important to swivel on the ball of that foot so you don't torque your knee. Gives you also a little bit more range of motion. Nice work. Okay, we'll stay facing this side, but you're going to take the handle into your right hand. So external rotation with that right arm, and an abduction with the left leg. So once again, upper arm now of the right side attached to your body. Left leg is lifting about 45 degrees and just pulling that cable across. Squeeze that belly nice and tight. Nice and easy on this one. Always, for this one, I'd suggest lightweight. You could, over time, increase the resistance, but lighter is better here, in my opinion. Again, that's completely up to you and your goal. Next movement, we're going to face the base, 2 hands on the handle, and we'll take our face pull. Okay, root the heels, soften the knees, pulling straight up to your face. Pressing those shoulders down as you lift. Great work. You have 2 more moves after this, and then we'll take an awesome stretch for all of your hard work. Stay strong here till the bell. And then when you hear the bell, you're going to turn back to your right side. The handle is going to be in your left hand. So lateral lunge with a lateral raise. So stepping out to the right now, and then allowing that resistance to lift that left arm into a lateral raise. Bend that right knee a lot, pushing back through those hips. Nice flat back. And again, as you lift the arm, think about that shoulder pressing down. Don't allow it to lift towards your ear. Great work. One more move after this. It'll be our skaters, so you can stay facing exactly where you're at. Get ready for a rest. All right, you're going to have your left hand on the handle. Cover it with your right. And taking that skaters. Power, speed, slow and steady. Your choice here. Remember, your cable's 8 feet long, so feel free to jump out that length if you want to really go for it. Add more resistance if you want to increase your strength and power. So close to the end. Stay with it. Give it all you've got left. Excellent work. We're going to take a great stretch here. Super simple. We'll use the anchor for the stretching. You can do it without the anchor, but it also adds a little bit of resistance to give you sometimes a deeper stretch. So give it a go and see how it adds to or enhances your stretching. All right, we're going to face away from the cable. Your left foot is forward, your right foot is behind you, up on the ball of your foot. And then you're just going to drop that right knee down. The handle is in your right hand, allowing the chest and shoulder to stretch, as well as the front of your right hip and thigh. Just breathe deeply. Then we'll turn and face the base. Send that right foot behind you, pushing your heel down, and then hinge. Allow the resistance of the cable to hinge you forward, driving that right heel down to stretch your calf. And then we're going to balance on that right foot. Take your left shoe in hand, pull the heel to the glute. Quad stretch. And facing away from the base, hinging forward. Opening up those hamstrings. And then just allowing your chest to open up, maybe look up slightly, maybe open your mouth to release the jaw. All right, and then we're just going to take the other side. So left foot is behind you, left hand on that handle, pressing that left hip forward, drop on down, chest, shoulder, front of the hip and thigh. And spinning around, send that left foot behind you, press the heel down, allow the cable to hinge you forward. Breathe into the back of your left leg, specifically your calf. And balancing on that left leg, go ahead and grab your right shoe, pull the heel to your glute, quad stretch. And turning away from the base, hinging forward, soften the knees. Allow the shoulders to move towards your hips. Breathe into the back of your legs. And then just allow that resistance to pull the arms back, opening the chest. Excellent job. Thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you back in our workouts. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And if you'd like to tag us on social media to share your workout, we'd love to see you there. Thanks very much.